Hi, Bev again. Today's video in my series, Want to Work Out Better, is how to grow your back. And, the back really is the secret to a much better body. It takes dedication, it takes focus, it takes discipline. Now, if you're one of those guys walking around, bench pressing whatever and comparing yourself to everybody else, and you're really interested in those pecs building up your chest, maybe you've forgotten about your back. And when you do that, your chest gets so strong it begins to pull forward, right? Because it's hard to contract a muscle, so you're going to make it strong. It's going to be contracting a lot. It's going to pull your shoulders forward. Why? Because you've got a weak back, okay? It's your chest pulling a weak back forward. So if that's you, you should really, to get back into better balance, do 2 back exercises for every chest exercise. Okay, so if you're just starting to watch these grow your muscles videos, you should go into my IGTV and look at my original Want to Work Out Better video to understand how your muscles work and what heads and or insertions are in terms of attachments, okay? So today, grow your back. Now, your back is actually made up of 4 muscles, right? And I'm sure you've heard of them. But the traps are the diamond shape. It gives the diamond shape to your upper back. And if you're doing a shoulder workout, a delt workout one day, you can pair traps with that. It's great. Now the second is the levator scapulae, and they are very small muscles. They're kind of in the upper spine, and they're actually behind your rhomboids. I mean, they kind of start up here, but they're basically, most of them are behind your rhomboids. And your rhomboids are actually, they're smaller than your lats, and they're kind of in the middle of your back. And your lats are very large back muscle. They're lower on your back, and they have numerous attachments. Now, these numbers are where the origins of the muscles are, and there are a lot of origins, okay? And they originate in the spine. Those are the heads. So, for example, and what these mean is when you think of your spine, it has a cervical part higher, then it has a thoracic part, and right down near the bottom, it's called a lumbar part. But today, we're just going to talk about these muscles, and the traps run from the base of your skull down to the thoracic number 12. So you can see that's a lot of attachments, right? This one has 4 attachments in the cervical area. This one has attachments in the upper part of the thoracic, and this one is a bit lower in the lower part of the thoracic. So you can see this has 6 attachments, and 2, 3, 4, 5. This has 4 attachments. This has 4 attachments. This has a lot of attachments, the most actually, because it's got to run through all of this, right? Now, how do you exercise these? Well, there are a bazillion exercises. So I decided that I would kind of categorize to help you understand what they are. So if we want to talk about your upper back, horizontal pulling and vertical pulling are what you need to do. So horizontally pulling will they affect all of them, but it will stress more number 1 and number 3, okay? Vertical pulling will do number 1 and number 4. So horizontal pulling, all the various, the variations of rowing exercises, and as well face pulls, right? And rowing, all the rowing exercises, right? Horizontal. Your body is down, right? So the prone, the barbell rows, all that kind of thing. Vertical pulling examples are pull-ups, pull-downs, and of course deadlifts. Okay, now if you want to do your lower body, and you can't forget about your lower body, which is of course your spine, Stiff-legged dead row, we'll do it. Barbell good mornings, and I say barbell because when people hug plates and do their good mornings, they tend to, they don't keep their back in a neutral position. Whereas if the barbell is behind, you tend to, or at least for me, I tend to be able to keep my back in a more neutral position. And back extensions, right? And there are particular exercises. If this number 2, hex bar shrugs, any shrugs will help the traps. Pullovers will help the lats, and the straight arm pull downs will also do lats. So there are lots of exercises. But I would say when you're doing shrugs, don't bend the elbow. I mean, as I say in all my videos, only use the joints that you need to complete the exercise that you're doing. And you just need to shrug. You don't need to bend the elbows. Okay, so how should you exercise? I would say that on any day that you're doing your back, you should do 1 horizontal pull and 1 vertical pull at the least, okay? And you would do 4 to 6 sets, 10 to 15 reps. You could do it 2 or 3 times a week and increase your weight over time. Now, I say this as a minimum, and then on the odd day, you can throw in some other exercises to pick up these other areas, okay? So I hope that helps. What I want to do is say don't cheat. What are the rules when you're working out with your back? Okay, if you are doing horizontal row pulls, I want you to lock your upper and lower back. Forget your ego, check it at the door when you get in, okay? Don't be pulling so much weight that you can't keep your back locked, okay? And vertical pulling, actively squeeze the shoulder blades at the top of the movement. So what I said that back exercises, you need focus. What you need to focus on is a full range of movement, good control, great form, and maximum contractions. Okay, so I hope this has helped you. And, make a list for yourself before you go to the gym. Really, you should be traveling with a notebook like the big boys, right? Write down the exercises you do, the sets, the reps, the weight, and travel over time with that notebook. Okay? See you in the next video.